beginning of this is called equality. It's called expecting special treatment and playing victim. You guys notice how when people actually threaten harm against me and threaten to kill me and all of that, nobody cares. They look the other way. And of course, women are allowed the prerogative of, oh, well, I'm just going to go slander a man's name around town. I'm going to try to twist things into something they're not. And that's what players do too. They try to, well, get you to not listen to anybody else. Like, for example, when you've got a man or a woman who's playing, their goal is to go out there and play with as many people as possible. But also, you got to keep those people from communicating with each other. That's why it's called playing. You got to play these people off of each other so they don't communicate and realize what you're doing. That's where gaslighting comes in, and this is a woman's prerogative. We teach women that they're allowed to do this because they are so disadvantaged in our society that has 15 services for women for every one co-ed service. See, one of the things that is the most disgusting about this country is the sexism from women. The fact that I can't walk across a grocery store parking lot without a woman staring at me the whole time I cross that parking lot, and I have to worry that if I look up and I make eye contact, she's going to pretend I'm rapey. Isn't that always your excuse? Well, he might. Your excuse for actually harming him is that he might do something wrong to you. No, that is against the Constitution and it's against the law, and it doesn't matter what your bias is. When you want to change whether or not you're going to play by bias or by the law or by your religion, you'll bounce and forth whichever one gives you the most suitable answer for your wants. You get to see how male victims are ostracized and criticized and demasculated, dehumanized. When a male is demasculated, well, it's a lot different than you want to pretend. When you go out there because he didn't want to, he couldn't get it up because you're, quite frankly, nasty, that doesn't make him a homosexual. It doesn't mean he has a small penis. It doesn't mean he can't get it up. But these are all examples of body shaming that men have to deal with every single day. If we don't give you what you want right when you want it, you body shame us, and then you pretend that we're rapists or child molesters or women beaters, or we're going to be. If we stand up to you, the first thing you do is jump to playing victim. No, I don't want to be in the United States. I don't want to be anywhere near anything that's female. How true is that? Well, it's not. I just don't want to be around human females. I don't think that it's okay that if a woman doesn't get what she wants, she can just pretend I'm a monster because I looked up when she was staring at me. I don't think it's okay for her and her friends to beat up on me because I might do something in the future. No. Guilty until proven innocent is just wrong. Pretty all right, but I literally just walked past what I was going to grab.
Hi.
I needed some socks that were not stuck to my feet.
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
Right?
One stick your feet over.
139 is your total?
Well, it's better than the underwear that stick.
Let me do this. No 10?
I can do it.
Well, okay. 861, come back to you.
How we doing?
$1.61
Thanks,
and
ma'am.
5, 6, 7, 8. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, now let's talk about this young woman. She used to date a guy named Theo. She's got a couple of kids with him. Theo used to call himself Shadow. Oh yeah, he was one of those guys. My name is Shadow. Well, what did he do? He just ran around bullying people, trying to pretend like he's big thug life because he was big. Well, even as big as he was, when he decided that he was gonna cold cock me in the face, he waited until I had a backpack on my back and stuff in each hand. And then, what did he do? He went and hid behind a group of women. Had them scream and yell at me. Fucking nerd, fucking top collar. Dude, you went down Pearl Street. Walked down Pearl Street right before they had a band, one of them band assemblies they have on the Pearl Street Mall where the CU band comes down, and there was a lot of people. That was the wrong day and wrong time for Theo to show up with a sword. He was looking for a guy named Monkey. Monkey wasn't his real name. It's Michael Pennington. I've spoken many times about him on my channel, and I do have one recording with him. One recording with him and Lori. I made that while I was in McCook, Nebraska. Now, here's the thing. This young woman is friends with many of my predators. She was friends with me before Natalie died, and then, well, just like everybody else, she wanted to magically disappear. But I'm fine with her disappearing. I'm fine with her not being my friend. The whole reason for telling her off was to show the narcissism, the sexism, and of course, like I said, you're not allowed to do what therapists tell you to do in couples counseling. Well, you should tell her how you feel. Women are good listeners. Really? They're good listeners, huh? Women are better listeners than men, huh? Not if you're a man. We need to judge that on an individual basis, except it's kind of tough since we've taught women that men don't matter. When we're abused, yes, you have the words that you say, oh, it's okay for you to have emotions, but then you assign emotions to us, like being rapey. Is that really a real emotion, feeling rapey? I've never felt rapey. And she goes, how dare you attack somebody with PTSD? Really? Shay Burton, I get hundreds and hundreds of people harassing me and attacking me like that. But you don't care. It's all about you. Now, meanwhile, I remember you when you were an evil little cunt who thought she was the shit. You are too small to run your mouth like you did. Theo probably choked you out because you were running your fucking mouth. When I say I've got 7 extra holes in me, all from running my mouth, that's the truth. All of the situations where I got sliced or stabbed, I could have walked away from the situation and chose to run my mouth. You know Theo's just going to beat you again. But you'd rather argue with him than leave. You'd rather try smacking him in public and then complaining that he choked you out. And this is one of those situations, it's the ones that you like to pretend happen every time, where it's a tiny little woman and a big old man and he's a bully and he just beats on her. Well, that depends on who you ask.
Most people only focused on the fact that he choked her out. When it was brought to my attention, that he choked her out. Did people say that she hit him? Or that she was up in his face screaming? Yes, they did. But not at first. It was all Theo's fault. Now, mind you, this is the same, oh, poor me, I have PTSD. What about the PTSD that she gave to others? Where she wanted to, my man, I don't need protection. I got a man. I got my man. What you were doing was hiding behind a bully. Because it empowered you to bully others. Oh, now you can be the mean one. Now you don't have to be sweet and petite. You don't have to be pretending like you're sugar and spice and everything nice. Because your man wants a little gangsta wife who's going to sell fucking drugs out of her goddamn stroller with a baby in it. I know you, Shay Burton. I know you. You don't think people got Shay Burton on their mind when they think of Theo and the hell that he put a lot of people through, and you helped. You helped. You helped to antagonize Theo's victims. How did it feel when he and Miss Reinhardt and whatever the hell that other crazy lady was, how did it make you feel when they ganged up on you that way, Shay Burton? Magically, you've got PTSD, but you don't stop to think about all of the people that you abused with Theo. Even after he choked you out. My man. How dare you attack someone with PTSD? Oh, you mean like your friends did? And you pretended to be my friend. What's the first thing you did? That's right, men aren't worth listening to. When I tell you how I feel, you play victim. When I tell you you did wrong shit, you're not allowed to tell a woman she did wrong things or you're attacking her. Every woman's got PTSD when you tell her she did something wrong. How true is that? Well, every woman knows that that's an option. That doesn't mean that every woman takes it. That doesn't mean every woman, blah, blah, blah. Not every woman is Shay Burton. It just happens that I don't know any women who aren't Shay Burton types. When Shay Burton was harmed, people were sent up to find me at the Starbucks. Sent up to find me. That's because they knew that me and Theo had bad blood. Why did Theo and I have bad blood? Because he kept doing stupid shit and then blaming me. He goes down to Pearl Street with a fucking sword, is brandishing that sword, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, fuck with me. I got a sword. I got a sword. I dare you to fuck with me. I have a sword. Lots of people called him in. Then he shows up, right? The cops come out and they surround him and they talk to him. People at Starbucks even called it in. So then Theo comes in, or not Theo, but the officers come in about the Theo situation. They go and talk to the people at Starbucks because they're the ones that called it in. They're the ones that called it in. They're not the only ones who called it in. A man was walking down Pearl Street while it was extremely busy during an event. Only 2 hours before the event, people already start congregating there. There's already a lot of people. And here's this guy walking down the Pearl Street Mall saying, I've got a sword. I dare you to fuck with me. I have a sword. So, of course, ladies at Starbucks, I'm their homeless liaison there. Whenever there's an issue dealing with the homeless, they point cops at me They come and point the cops at me. The cops want me to go outside and talk with him. Oh, Sean knows him. Yeah, I know him. What did that result in? The cops have me walk out there and stand in front of Theo. He's got the sword right there. They're like, so what happened here? Ask him. He's the one with the sword. Ask the people in Starbucks. They're the ones that called. What happened with that? Well, he was specifically down there because he was going to cut up Michael Pennington with that sword. That was his specific intent and purpose. Shay Burton running her mouth right along. But she didn't do that while he had the sword. No, she was busy selling drugs out of a stroller down at the library. So then what happened? Well, because the cops wanted to come in and harass me. I wasn't the one with the fucking sword. They wanted to come and harass me. Meanwhile, I do get a hold of Michael Pennington, and I let him know what's going on. Hey, dude, Theo was down here. He was going to hack you up with a sword, and now he's trying to start shit and saying he's going to come catch me in an alley, and he's having Shay Burton tell me this stuff, too. Oh, my man's going to get you. My man's going to get you. You fucking narc. You fucking narc. I got a man. My man's going to get you. He's going to get you in an alley. No, he wasn't. Theo, being twice my size, is too much of a bitch to do anything to me unless my hands are full. And there's a bunch of women there to hide behind, which is exactly what he did. He was running around telling people he was going to kill me, and he was going to cut my throat, and he was going to beat me to death, and he was going to shoot me, and he was going to catch me in an alley. And Shay Burton was one of the major people threatening me. And you can't hit me, I'm a girl. You can't hit me, I'm a girl. You can't hit me, I'm a girl. It was cute. This scrawny little runt thinking that she's empowered, that she has the right to bully people with PTSD. Thinking it's okay to attack a person with PTSD. And you know what? I did try my best to feel sorry for her and to feel bad for her. And I told people, you know, if she gets away from Theo, she'll probably be a pretty nice person. Nice. That doesn't mean good. And I was right. She was a lot nicer when she was done with Theo. A lot nicer. But she's still a girl, and she's still tiny, and she's still white, and she's still blonde, and she still knows how to play victim. She still knows that all she has to do is play victim, and nobody's going to listen to him. Did she bother to find out anything about me or what I've been through? No, she didn't. All she cared about was her reputation and what people would think of her. There's a lot of people who wanted to pretend to be my friends. I don't mind telling you off. I also don't mind telling you that I'm going to bear your burdens to the world. Oh, poor you, poor you. No, you chose to be with Theo. You chose to stick around after he beat you repeatedly. You chose that. And then you blame men. Men did this to you. Men did this to you. No, you did it to yourself. The first time he did it, shame on him. Every time after that, shame on you for being there. Shame on you for going back. Shame on you for leaving. Shame on you. Shame on you for selling drugs out of your baby stroller. Shame on you for threatening people and believing that it's okay. Shame on you, Shay Burton. Thank you for showing your hypocrisy. Thank you for showing me that you can't take any of what you dished out. Oh, and you want to threaten me You want to threaten me with the police. After you and Theo wanted to threaten to kill me, and Theo wanted to assault me and hide behind you and other girls. And it turned out, Shay Burton, he was fucking all of them, wasn't he? Poor Vic didn't know if his kid was going to be his or Shadow's. Why? Because Theo had the fucking drugs. And you stood by your man, knowing he was fucking other women. You got karma, is what you got. Do you remember how you treated me over Theo? Do you? You gonna tell me that's a repressed memory? You being a bully is a repressed memory? You bullying people and threatening to kill them? Or have your man kill them? That was traumatic for you, huh? It was traumatic for you to threaten to kill people, for you to bully people, for you to gang up on people. You get to see how you have no such sympathy for me in 6 years of hell that I'm still enduring you, and you want to go poor you, poor you, poor you? No, Shay Burton, you're a world-class piece of trash. Just like every person you hang out with. Just like Katie Whiteman. Just like Maddie Boa. Even John Keeley showed he's not a real human being to me. He's not a real friend. He's a hypocrite just like you, who wants special treatment. See, while people actually harmed me and you wanted to look the other way, you want to play victim, use keywords like attacked. Oh, and poor you, you have PTSD. You got PTSD from abusing people like me, Shay Burton, and I still stood up for you. Does that make me stupid? Yeah. Yeah, I should have just let him beat you to death. I should never have stuck up for you. I should have told everybody to mind their own business. I should have taken Theo's side. In matters of right and wrong, you chose the side of your penis. Just like Tabitha Michelle Cook did. When he did wrong, you took his side. When you were done with him, you slandered his name. I didn't see him choke you out. I didn't see you hit him, but I was there. Was there when you were bullying myself and others. And you did it as a group. You never did so alone. Just like Chris Kurth was too much of a coward to do it alone. Yeah. Shay Burton, you're among the most disgusting people I've ever known. For you to engage in the things that you engaged in and then play victim afterwards. Maybe you were victimized by Theo. I don't have any problems with believing that. But does that magically justify all of the horrible things that you did to others? You had options. I'm just glad I got to tell you off. I'm glad I got to say how I really feel. You wanted to play the cute and innocent thing and play it off. You're just like Molly here. Or she's nuttier than squirrel turds out here on the streets. Threatens to kill people. Accuses people of stealing shit that they didn't fucking steal because she's mad because she didn't get what she wanted. Well, I didn't get what I wanted either. While you helped your friends to get away with committing many crimes by committing crimes yourself. And then you want to ignore the crimes that they commit against others, just like you did with Theo. That doesn't make you a good person, and that doesn't make you a victim. It makes you a predator. You're just a predator who plays nice and innocent. Because you know now that you can play off of that, oh, poor you, you're a victim. You took just as much part in the victimization of the homeless people of Boulder, Colorado as Theo did, if not more. Because you bullied the other people that Theo was predatory towards, and you got off on it. You enjoyed it. You're fucking sick and you need mental help. You guys remember how I was. You don't stop to consider the abuse that I've gone through. It doesn't matter because I'm a male. A male can't possibly have PTSD. Nobody would ever possibly think to victimize a male. Nobody would ever victimize a male. Males don't get victimized. That's a myth. No man has ever been assaulted. No man has ever had false charges brought on him. Shay Burton is yet another example of how we have taught predatory women to play victim. That they don't have to hear what a man says. That if they want a man to be harmed, it's their prerogative, regardless of the law. How much you want to bet when she went to her friends and family, they actually did something? Because she's a pretty white female. Hunting for a man like you. Who was it that attacked Shay Burton? Theo? Theo's girlfriends? That's right. How dehumanizing for her to feel trapped enough that she's sticking with a man who is openly French kissing other women in front of her in the park. Oh, he just wanted to hurt her bad, and he did. And she took it. You know, he had actually told her on multiple occasions, we're done. We're done. I remember how sad she was, sitting there for days on end. Sitting there just staring over there, all sad looking. And then, of course, nobody's doing anything wrong in that situation. Not while I'm there. She's just looking sad, and he's over there talking shit. Yep. Being a narcissist, but then again, so is she. So is she. How many of these women that offered to help me were able to shut up about themselves long enough to hear what was going on? None. A grand total of none. There was a couple of men who listened and understood. Listened to understand. But you can't explain to a woman how victimized men really are because they've got it in their head that they're the ones that are oppressed. That it's okay for them to harm us because they're the ones that are oppressed. It's okay for them to bully us as a group because they're the ones that are oppressed. You didn't bully me as a group because you were fucking oppressed. You bullied me as a group because Theo made you feel empowered. That's why you date assholes. They make you feel empowered. If you want to bully somebody, those people have to let you bully them or Theo will beat them up. No, Shay Burton. You got equality. You got what you deserved for being such a shitty human being to both men and women. You want to play victim after the fact? Yeah, there's lots of people that want to do that. All of you do it for the same reason. Because no matter how much you want to pretend that you're the one that's oppressed, You know that you can oppress men with lies or by playing victim. Oh, a little crocodile tear. Oh, poor you.